I am having some major problems with YouTube right now. They do not know who to send my content out to, and it keeps sending it out to people who hate people like me. And they click on the video, don't watch the video, they leave a comment hating on me, and then they dislike it. I'm getting absolutely fucking railed. So if you like me, if you like my videos, like, comment, and subscribe, man. It's rough out here for a small creator. Anyway, let's get into today's first topic. The Last of Us received 16 Emmy nominations, including Best Actress for Bella Ramsey. Excuse me, what? What? Best Drama Series, The Last of Us. Best Actor in a Drama Series, The Last of Us. Pedro Pascal, man. I'm tired of seeing Pedro Pascal everywhere. Best Actress in a Drama Series, The Last of Us. Bella Ramsey. Best Guest Actor in a Drama Series. Oh, it's got 2 of them. I already know if I look up what the most popular shows of the year are, what the best shows of the year are, The Last of Us doesn't even make the list. I guarantee you. You know what? I'm gonna look it up right now. Best TV shows of 2025. Let's check it. What is that? I've never even heard of this. Pee-wee as Himself, Season 1. Wolf Hall, The Mirror and the Light. Never heard of it. Common Side Effects. Never heard of it. The Narrow Road to the Deep North. Dexter Resurrection. Get Millie Black. North of North. Like, how far do I have to go to get to The Last of Us? How far do I have to go? Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Well, there. Number 32. Number 32. All right. That's just on Rotten Tomatoes. Let's check Rolling Stone. The 10 best TV shows of 2025 so far. Okay. Adolescence, Andor, Department Q. That's weird. Okay. Murderbot, North of North, The Pit, The Residence, Severance, Studio. I don't see The Last of Us on there. How about IMDb? I'm checking all of these popular Hollywood sources. We got number 1. This is 2025, most popular series of 2025. Wednesday. That's the problem I think that's happening right now, is that people are just watching all the old stuff and nobody's watching new stuff because it all sucks. Andor, I heard it was pretty good. How far down do we gotta go to get to The Last of Us? Probably pretty far. Rick and Morty. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. And I don't know, maybe this just isn't a good list. Because these are all old shows, man. Yeah, IMDb, most popular series, 2025. I don't think so. I think that's just the 2025 most popular series of all time. All right, let's check out the TV Guide. I already clicked on this one earlier. The best reviewed TV shows of 2025 according to Metacritic. What did Metacritic... I've never heard of this. Asura Season 1. Rogue Heroes. Never heard of it. Severance. Heard of that. Planet Earth. Mythic Quest. Hey, I know that guy. That's the guy from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Got Mo Season 2. I know that guy. That's a comedian. Common Side Effects. Never heard of it. Best Interest. Never heard of it. Yeah, I've never heard of any of this. Like, what are these? Who's watching this stuff? Because I don't know anybody who's watching any of this stuff. Hacks. 19 of 29. There we go. Number 20, The Last of Us. Like, how is it getting nominated for everything? I don't get it. I really don't. Man, Hollywood is cooked. All right, let's check out what Dr. Disrespect has to say about... Dr. Disrespect. Dr. Disaster. Why do I always call him? It's because of the Dr. Duh. I haven't even, like, thought about Dr. Disrespect in years. Maybe a year. The last drama that he was in. Anyway, Last of Us Season 2, Bella Ramsey nominated for awards. These morons are clueless. That's what I said.
What's up, space pirates? This is your admiral, the boundlessly boisterous Dr. Disaster, and I found Season 2 of The Last of Us TV show to be extremely satisfying. Not because it was a good show or anything like that, quite the opposite. The Last of Us 2 is one of my least favorite stories in the history of video games, and
I would rather watch Dragon Ball Evolution for the span of time that The Last of Us would last. And I'm not going to do that either. But Still, that if that tells you anything about how I feel about this show. I even watched most of season 1 and some of season 2, and I was just out, man. I was out.
Audience for the show.
And I'm a huge fan of The Last of Us 1. The Last of Us Part 1. Or really, it just The Last of Us. Because I bought it day 1 on PS3 when it first came out, and I fucking loved it.
Let Naughty Dog know just what they thought of this awful tale.
You are physically repulsive, intellectually retarded, vulgar, insensitive, selfish, stupid, no taste, a lousy sense of humor, and you smell.
We tried to tell the idiots who defended The Last of Us 2 that yes, people bought the video game, so it did sell well, but we rejected this shit afterwards. But the defenders would not listen, and now we have proof that we were right. The Rotten Tomatoes scores for the second season.
If this tells you, this should tell you everything that you need to know. Whenever you got a split like this, when you see a 91 to 37 and stuff like that, that kind of split shows you that there's some kind of identity politics going on. Every single time, bro.
Of the show took a nosedive down to 37%. The Metacritic score is at a 3.8 out of...
Yeah, like this is getting nominated for an Emmy. They're fake. They're not real. It's all just like blowing smoke up each other's asses.
10, and to top it off, the viewership crashed and burned. The season 2 premiere had 5.3 million viewers, but that fell to 3.7 million viewers by the season finale, which is a terrible look for the show. It turns out that killing off Joel, the heart and soul of the franchise, had consequences. Views were down 55% from the...
He was too toxic. He was too masculine. He had that toxic masculinity that they didn't like, so they had to kill him. I mean, they could have just sidelined him and then used him later, but no, they had to kill him for, like, I don't even know why. It was just bad writing. It was bad timing. I would even be fine with killing Joel, just not at the beginning of the game. If they would have done it somewhere toward the end, it would have been fucking great. But no, they wanted that Abby character to be introduced as the person who killed Joel. I don't get it. I really don't.
Previous season's finale.
That was crazy. Now the crowd's turning on you, and that sucks.
All that said, though, the critics out there, all the journalists, are just utterly out of touch with what the general audience thinks about stuff like The Last of Us 2.
Well, it's not really even that they're out of touch. It's that the actual real audience that watches stuff are haters. They are bigots. They're misogynists, they're homophobes, they're transphobes. So their opinion doesn't matter. Okay, we'll keep going with that energy. See where that leads you.
Which is why, of course,
it led to a 38% score.
That game
3.8 on
won
Metacritic.
the Game of the Year award at the Game Awards back in 2020.
I remember that. Hold on. What games came out in 2020? I'm gonna check 2019 and 2020 because I don't remember 2019 video games. Okay, so if it was counting, okay, there's Death Stranding, there's Fire Emblem, Control. I didn't know Control came out, and yeah, that's a great game right there. Resident Evil 2 remake. Okay, all right, that's 2019. So those were way better games, way better games. So let's check out 2020 video games, just so we can get the whole scope. What games came out in 2020? Last of Us Part 2, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Cyberpunk. Well, I can see why Cyberpunk didn't win. I can see why Resident Evil 3 didn't win. Ghost of Tsushima came out in 2020. Hades came out in 2020. How about some more? Let's see. More. Doom Eternal. Animal Crossing. Spider-Man. Well, that's 2018. All right, Brave, you fucking suck, dude. Like, you need to fix your AI. But also, Flight Simulator, I remember everybody was playing that game.
Clearly the people that select for these awards, and for that matter, the people that win these awards, just have really shitty opinions on what makes good entertainment.
What? I love garbage.
It's all about identity politics. That's all it's been about for about a decade.
And that is why this is some news that just dropped Bella Ramsey,
That's why, this is why, becomes first non-binary person to earn 2 Emmy nominations. That's why they did it. It's because they wanted somebody who was non-binary, which is fake as fuck. They wanted somebody who's non-binary to win an award. To be the best. It's like straight normal people have been winning awards for 100 years. So we have to let the non-binary and trans people catch up. It's fucking retarded.
Walking Talking Potato has been nominated to win an Emmy for Best Actress for the work that Bella did in The Last of Us Season 2. And to be honest, looking at this headline, I don't know what's more confusing. Is it the fact that someone thought that Bella's work was good?
So, we're having a baby. I'm gonna be a dad.
That was so terrible, I think you gave me...
You're giving Best Actress to the non-binary person. That makes sense. That does make sense. That tracks. Like, they fucking own themselves. I thought non-binary was not, like, could she not get Best Actor? She had to get Best Actress? I don't get it.
Big cancer.
Or is it more confusing that this headline celebrates the fact that Bella Ramsey is non-binary and yet Bella was nominated for a Best Actress award? If the potato is genderless, then what the hell is they, them doing accepting a nomination for a gendered award?
What the hell are you saying? I don't know!
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous, man. Like, how did we get to this point?
Alright, me hearty.
This is why I don't like Hollywood. This is why I don't watch anything anymore. I watch stuff. I just watch pretty much anime is all I watch. And older shows. I've been really getting into Star Trek The Next Generation again. Again, for like the 5th time. I'm probably gonna end up watching the whole Stargate series. And I'm waiting for that new Cyberpunk. That'd be fucking awesome.
Make sure that you hit the like button on this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I've begun...
And to be fair, we've known that the Emmys were bullshit. Like, what's the other ones? Golden Globe was the one for music. That's bullshit too.
Uploading some
Grammys.
content onto Rumble as well, so make sure that you follow Dr. Disaster on that site too. And also, give me a follow over on X, where my handle is Dr. Disaster 1. I keep a list on there of games lousy with wokeness pinned to my account at all times for your reference, and naturally, The Last of Us 2 belongs on that list. But anyhow, let's talk about this absolutely ludicrous nomination for an Emmy that Bella Ramsey just received. This headline here is from one of the worst publications in existence today. I completely despise Rolling Stone, and this
Bro, even when you go to Rolling Stone, it's not even in their top shows!
headline is a prime example of why that is. Bella Ramsey becomes first non-binary person to earn 2 Emmy nominations.
Yeah, that's exactly why they did it.
I mean, how desperate do you have to be for firsts in order to run this headline?
That's all it is. And nobody cares. The people who do care are fake as fuck. They're a bunch of weirdos who don't watch real things. They're like, oh, this is the non-binary show. I don't watch TV shows, but I'll watch this one.
Clearly, this shit will never stop. The first non-binary person to get 2 nominations.
It'll stop when people stop watching it and stop caring, you know? But there's a bunch of shit eaters out there who don't watch all the other shows. They will only watch the identity politics shows. And that's what ends up pushing it to the forefront. And I know a bunch of idiots that watched it and hated it. They hated it and still watched it. Why you do this to yourselves?
Next, they'll celebrate the first non-binary person to get 3 nominations. and then it'll be the first left-handed, non-binary person to get a nomination, and then the first left-handed, Asian, non-binary person to get 13 nominations. They are so desperate to keep pushing this sort of garbage messaging out into the world, and that, of course, is a consequence of these people making their entire world revolve around the immutable characteristics of everyone they meet. But I will say this, the worst part of this article is not the headline, it's the writing. This crap where someone wants to use they, them as their pronouns for a singular person makes for some extremely confusing sentences.
Bro, that's so fucking retarded, man. Like, is it...
Sentences. Let's read a bit of the article here so you can suffer with me. Bella Ramsey is making history for the non-binary community.
There's a non-binary community. That's part of the fucking problem, man. Non-binary community. It's a fucking cult. That's a cult.
On Tuesday, the non-binary actor earned a nomination.
Why does everything have to be a community? You got the disabled community, you got the non-binary community, the trans community. I remember when communities were like, oh, you got the Nightmare Before Christmas community. You got the metalhead community. But now it's all based on identity rather than things that we like. I don't fucking get it.
In the outstanding lead actress in a drama series for their role in The Last of Us 2. And with the nod, they become the first non-binary person to earn more than one Emmy nomination.
They? Who's they? That's why she got two, because she's two people.
Like I say, is that really worth celebrating? Seems like we're really stretching here to try to find something to get excited about. It also seems like the people responsible for these nominations were really full of shit with this one.
Yeah.
I mean, they were watching.
Yeah, if you look at the numbers, like, why didn't all the other shows get nominations? Because only like 5 movies get nominations at a time. And it was like The Last of Us was like number 30 every time.
The same show that everyone else was watching, right? Ramsey is freaking awful in this show, particularly in the second season.
Literally, Bella Ramsey and Pedro Pascal are the reasons I stopped watching. Bella Ramsey was just awful, and Pedro Pascal, I'm tired of seeing him everywhere.
They tried so hard to make Bella seem like a badass, which, to be fair, that isn't actually Bella Ramsey's fault. Bella was horribly miscast in the role, and
yeah, and they keep blowing smoke up her ass, and everybody's blowing smoke up her ass, and it's just gonna be hailed as one of the worst video game adaptations ever. It's right up there with the Halo TV show.
Beyond that, it's just a very stupid storyline in the first place.
Yep.
But still, I don't know if I have ever seen a less convincing portrayal.
I don't know how a show like this can be nominated for so many Emmys when there's an actual disaster going on around it. Season 3, I don't even think it's gonna happen.
Portrayal of a character in all my years watching movies and TV. I'm really racking my brain here, and I can't think of anyone whose performance took me out of a show more than Bella Ramsey did in The Last of Us Season 2. But
it wasn't even really that. It was Bella Ramsey, Pedro Pascal, all of the identity politics wrapped up in it.
let's read a little bit more. The article says here, Ramsey was first nominated in this category in 2023 for their role as Ellie in the show's first season.
Bro, that's so fucking weird.
Ramsey has been very clear that gendered awards are very important.
Oh man, like that, they're making such a big deal about it. That's what this article is about. It's not even about the fact that Bella Ramsey was great. It's literally about the fact that Ramsey has been very clear that gendered awards are very important despite their non-binary identity. So fucking stupid. We can see what it's all about. All the normal people. All the people who got their heads so far up their asses that all they're breathing is their own farts. Did they even watch the show? Did they even watch it? Or is this like the only show that they've ever watched?
Despite their non-binary identity. In an interview with Louis Theroux in May, the actor expressed how they wish there was an easy way around honoring people who don't conform to the gender binary, but I think that it is really important that we have a female category and a male category. And I gotta ask, why? Why is it important that we have a binary award category? If gender is so unimportant that people think they can just shed their gender whenever they want in their lives, then why would it be important for a gendered category to exist at an award show?
I can tell you why. If they had non-binary as a category, nobody would care. It would be sidelined, and it'd be like, oh, well, yeah, that's a thing. Okay. And we'll move on from that. No, they have to mix it into the regular binary awards because nobody will care unless they, pretend that she's not a woman. It's fucking stupid. Non-binary? No. She is a female. She is a woman. That's why she's getting the actress award. It's like, these people are so fucking brain dead. And you know what? I'll let them. I'm cool with it. Sure. You're just not going to be making money in the future. You made a little bit of money on this one because of the IP. But, once you start burning your IP, people start to not care. Just ask all those popular games in the 90s that got all their IPs burned, and they're not around anymore.
It just doesn't make sense. But then again, maybe I'm searching for some semblance of logic in a madhouse. The big takeaway here, though, is that someone looked at this potatoes acting in The Last of Us and decided that it not only warranted praise, but it even warranted an award. And
I think it's kind of funny that people are calling her a potato because she looks like a potato. But back in my day, a potato meant somebody with Down syndrome. And you know what? The comparison is uncanny.
And that level of insanity is extremely noteworthy. As I showed you before, the people have spoken when it comes to The Last of Us Season 2. Viewership cratered, audience scores on review aggregators tore the show to shreds. It is so bad that, as we talked about several days ago, Neil Druckmann seems to have been booted off the show and kicked back out into Naughty Dog's gaming studios. People can't stand what they saw on screen in The Last of Us Season 2, but that won't stop Hollywood from celebrating it nonetheless. If there's anything that these people live for, strive for even, it's shoving this gender identity crap down people's throats, no matter how much we spit it out. But I'm gonna leave it there.
Dude, every generation has this bullshit. In the 90s, it was girl power. In the 2000s, it was children are just as capable as adults. In the 2010s, we came back to girl power again. But 2020s, we got all this bullshit with identity politics. I wonder what the 2030s is gonna hold, what it's gonna entail. It's gonna be fucking insane. And we might flip on it and be like, normal people are actually good, and then they're gonna try and be too normal and it's gonna be boring. That's what I'm guessing. I think we're going to go in the other direction. The pendulum's going to swing back. And it's going to swing even further than before.
Drop your mockery and contempt of The Last of Us 2 into the comment section below, and we will talk there. Thanks for watching, me hearties. If you...
Yep, I got them linked down there in the description. Dr. Disaster, fucking awesome. Definitely subscribe to that guy. But you also got to subscribe to me because YouTube keeps burying my channel. It's not even really that I'm shadow banned, it's that they don't know who to send my content out to. I can see it. They send it out to people who hate me, and hate people like me and the things that I gotta say, and I get dislike bombed, and it just kills the videos. And I probably need to start putting tags in the description. Like, I just kind of need to manipulate my videos a little bit more for the algorithm. Not the videos itself, but the description and stuff around it. So like, comment, and subscribe. Ring the bell for all notifications.